So let's start with day 3 control structures. And control structure basically has selection control structures, sequential control structure, and iteration control structures. On day 3 we are going to look at iteration control structures, basically which talks about loops, for, while, and etc. So Mark, can you tell me how to write the program for the pseudocode we wrote for demonstrating the working of a conveyor belt? Here there's an excellent example of use of while statement in programming. Have a look. Go through the below Python code and guess the output. Assume that number of package picked by the passenger in each iteration are 54, 20, 24, 0, 1, 0, 1. So this is a code. The package count is 100. Number of package picked is 0. While package count is greater than 0, so till every single package on the conveyor belt is picked, it has to keep rotating. The conveyor belt has to keep rotating. So number of package picked, so we are reading input through the input method. Through input method we will read the input. Number of package picked, first time 54, second time 20, second we'll assume. Let's assume that it's so and so. Then it has to subtract from the package count. If say first time, if the value is 54, it has to subtract 54 from 100, the value will be 46. Then 20, 46 minus 20, 26. Then 24. Minus 26 minus 24 is 2. Then 0, 2 remains same. Then 1, it becomes the final value. Conveyor belt, the number of package remains on the conveyor belt will be 1. Then the next iteration they pick only 0, and finally they pick 1. So this is a code I have copied. So this is a code, the same code I have copied. I'm going to run this. This is a Python 3. So you'll have to use, while running on a command prompt, you'll have to mention that it's a Python 3. So conveyor belt py. Number of package picked by the for the first iteration, for each iteration. So it goes like this. In each iteration, or for first iteration it is 54. So it says number of package remain 46. Second iteration 20. Then the third iteration 24. Then 0. Then 1, 0, 1. That's it. So total number of packages are picked by the passengers. Modify the below code to pick exactly 10 packages per iteration instead of accepting the input, execute and observe the result. Execute the code only after making the necessary modification. So we'll have to ensure it picks 10 packages every time. So we don't need this input statement, right? So all we can do is we can actually comment this line. Number of package count, we'll have to subtract it. Either you can have a number of package picked equal to 10. That is one possibility you can do. Either instead of this input statement, you can assign values 10. Let's assume that for every single iteration is going to pick 10 package. Then we'll run this program and see. So totally, 100 becomes 90, 90 becomes 80, 70. Finally, it leads to 0. While syntax in Python, it is same as in the other programming languages. While is a keyword. In condition, we place it inside this parenthesis. Colon symbol makes the start of the while block of state, because when you put a colon and hit enter, automatically it leaves some spaces. We call it as an indentation space. Statements to be executed when the condition is true. So when the statement 1 to n will be executed when the condition is true, or otherwise we can say till the condition fails. All statement inside while block must have the same level of indentation. It is very, very important when it comes to indentation, because we don't have we don't use curly brace here in this programming language. We use colon. Statement outside block. After executing this while block, it comes to this. Note the level of indentation for the statement outside the while block. The same example, but this is a JavaScript code. So execute and see the result. It will prompt us. So this one will help us prompt. Prompt is a window which will get displayed on the screen. Will ask us, right? It's a prompt window. Console.log will write the output on the screen finally. So prompt will prompt the input. Console.log will write the output on the screen. ParseInt is the method which actually converts this into number of package picked into integer. So value by default, like in the input function in Python, by default the value, whichever value we read, will be treated as a string. Similar to that, The value using prompt window, whichever value is read using prompt, is basically treated as a string. So they use a parseInt method which actually converts string into integer. Let's execute this and see what happens. First time you say 50, then you say 10 and 44, and says number of packages remaining 4, 50, 40 and 4. So it has to show for every iteration. First time I gave 50, so number of remaining packages it said 50. Second time I gave the input as a 10, so number of remaining packages it said 10, it said 40. Third time I gave the input as 44, so it says number of remaining packages minus 4 because it has exceeded the limit. So this is syntax for a while loop in the JavaScript. While conditions more or less similar to Java. While statement looked similar to what you showed for pseudocode. How about for loop? So this is a bit different. For loop in JavaScript and Go are similar to what we learned in pseudocode, but in Python it's slightly different. In Python, for loop allows the loop to run over a specific sequence of values. In other words, for every value in the sequence, the loop runs once. Thus, we can avoid infinite loops by using a for loop. Look at the example. So for is a keyword, number is a variable name. In you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is a sequence of values. We can actually define it in various ways. This is one of the ways we use for loops. In is also a keyword. Colon symbol marks the start of the for loop because once you put a colon and hit the enter, the indentation starts. So this is a block of the for loop statement. A statement to be repeatedly executed as long as there are values in the sequence. All the statements inside for loop must have same level of indentation. Look at this example. If you run this, you will get the outputs like this. Let us visualize this. So visualize. So for number is the variable, right? In 1, 2, 3, 4. So for first time it will have 1. It prints the value, then it becomes to a sequence, right? First it has taken 1, then 2, 3, 4. Like this, it moves on. So finally, sequence ends when it is 5, and that's it. That's the end of it. What if we want the loop to run from 1 to 100? Should we manually create a sequence of values from 1 to 100? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. till 100. Should we do so? No. In Python, there is an easy way to achieve this by using range of x, y, step. It creates a sequence from x to y minus 1 with, say for example, if the value of x is 1 and the value of y is 100, it creates a sequence from 1 to 99. That's what they said, x, y minus 1. X is inclusive, y is exclusive. And step, it talks about increment value or decrement value. Right? With a difference of step between each value. Start is equal to 1, end is equal to 10. So according to this, from 1 to 10 minus 1 to 9, step value says 2. So what happens? It increase the value by 2. Let's execute this and see what happens. The starting value is 1. We said step value is 2. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. Starting number of the sequence, end, generate up to end, but not including this. I said it's exclusive. Y is an exclusive. X is an inclusive. Step, difference between each number in the sequence. It is not mandatory to give step. The default value of the step is 1. If you don't mention the step value, it will create the sequence from 1 to 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because default increment value is 1. Look at the example for number in range 1, 5. We know that 1 is inclusive, 5 is exclusive. So 1, 5 minus 1 is 4. So the step value is, if you don't mention the step value, by default it will be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4 gets printed. Then it leaves a space. Then look at this. They have given a step value. So 1, first time it prints 1, then plus 2, 3, 5. 6 is, 7 is the exclusive. 7 minus 1 is 6. Up to 6 it does. Since the increment is twice, it increases, step value is 2, so it goes like 1, 3, 5. So the next value it has to print is 7. Unfortunately, it cannot print because the limit is exceeded. In the last one, 5, 0, minus 1. Your starting value is 5. and the end value is 0. So, but here you have given a step value is a -1. So 5 minus 1 4 minus 1 3 minus 1 2 1. We know that 0 is exclusive. So 5 4 3 2 1 is the result. So I hope this helps you to understand the working of for loop. The JavaScript code given below is written to generate the ticket IDs of first 50 passengers. Try it out and observe the way for loop is written. So simple console.log, the ticket IDs for the first passengers are. So from the loop it takes a value count equal to 0, less than or is equal to 50 and count plus plus. So here starting value is 1, end value is 50, less than or equal to 50 are given. So which means up to 50 it executes, and count plus plus step value is 1 by 1 it increments. So T0 the default message will get printed, plus adding to it 1 will add to T0 1, that will be the output. T0, the ticket IDs of first 50 passengers are T01, T02, T03, T04. Let's look at the Go code. So even this looks similar, but only thing is the parentheses are missing. Opening and closing parentheses are missing. Rest all same. We know that FMT needs to be imported to have the print statements. So we'll have. But here it is, since it's a print line ln, it is getting printed in the new line. Please get to know what should we do, what should we add to get these things printed in the new line. Mark, I have a question. All passengers departing from the airport need to send their package for security check. Passengers may have more than one package. How will they make sure that all the packages have undergone? How will they make sure that the package have undergone security check? All the package have undergone security check. Here we need to consider the number of passengers and the number of package each passenger has. Can we do this using a single loop? No, it's not possible. We need to use nested loops. We discussed earlier, nested loop is a loop inside a loop. Here we need to use a nested loop, as we need to maintain the count of passengers and the count of package of each passenger. Assume that there are 5 passengers and each of them have 2 packages. The below code will make sure that all package of each passenger have undergone the security check. So we take outer for loop for the number of passengers. We take for the range passenger comma 1 comma number of passengers plus 1. Why? Because if you say number of passengers 5, 1 comma 5, we put 5, then we know that there is a end value. So 5 minus 1, it will take only 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 passengers only it will take. So that's the reason we are setting plus 1. Right? Again, for packages we know that 1 comma number of packages plus 1. Again, if the number of packages able to be carried by each passenger are 2, then if you put 1 comma 2, it takes only 1, because 2 minus 1, again 1. So what will happen? That is the reason we have made it as a 2 plus 1 or whatever n plus 1, whatever value it is. If security check equal to true, so this is for two packages. If it's going to be 3, then we will have this loop will be executed thrice. So security check of passenger, it mentioned the passenger name, the package, and it also mentioned the package name, whether it is cleared. If security check equal to true, then it says, it repeats this message twice. If the passenger is about to have three packages, then it will repeat this step thrice. Let's run this and see what happens. Security check for passenger 1, package 1, package cleared, right? Security check for passenger 1, now this time is package 2, security check is cleared. Again, for every single passenger they'll have a package 1, package 2, package 1, package 2, because they assume that every passenger is carrying 2 packages. So in the previous example we had both the loops as for loop. Now we are trying to do it with a while loop. That is also possible. We can try both also while loops. It creates a common output. It gives us the same output. But when you use a while loop, see, when it comes to for, you will have a start value, end value, and a step value on one line. But when it comes to while loop, you can have condition alone in the while, and you should ensure that you have the start value at the top, step value at the bottom. That's the only thing. Similarly, the outer loop can also be written using while loop. Let's look at the code, and please, if you visualize this, you can understand. You should be able to understand this better. So, number of passengers 5. Number of packages. Each passenger is about to carry is 2. So number of passengers value is 5. Number of packages is 2. Security check is true because you have set a condition here. If security check is true, then you proceed with this. While package count less than or is equal to number of package. So package count is currently, it is about to be 1, right? Because you have mentioned its package count is 1. It's 1. 1 less than or equal to true. 1 less than or equal to true. Yes. In this line, when it comes here, when the control moves down, right? In this line, 1 less than number package count is 1. Number of packages 2. 1 less than or equal to 2. Yeah, condition true. It comes down. Security check. Is it true? Yes, it is true. So if it is true, then it gives a print message. You can see this print message in the bottom. Security check equal to yes, it is true. Then it says security check of passenger 1, package 1, clear. Then it is this value is passenger package count is only 1. Number of packages is 2. So it will go up. Check the condition 2 less than or equal to 2. Yes, condition true. Comes down. Security check true. Then it prints the message. So this is how it prints the message for every passenger. Yes. So if you execute this, you will get the output similar to this. So do you know that the security check process is different for different types of passengers? I have heard about it. Go through the below code and guess the output. Assume A idle passenger, C child, FC first flight captain, FA flight attendant, SP suspicious passenger, right? So we are going to iterate this loop from this value to this last year. So number of A's we have got is 1, 2, 3, 4, and FC first class is 1, child passenger is 1, FA flight attendant 1, suspicious passenger 1. So if it's going to be a passenger first class or flight captain or flight attendant, no check is required and it has to continue and it has to move to the next year. So first time it will check A, no, it is not true. Comes down, it comes here. The condition checks now the value of passenger is A. If passenger equal to FC, no, condition failed. It comes down. If passenger equal to SP, no, this is also wrong. This FC is no, SP is no, but it comes to A. If passenger equal to A, adult or C, then proceed with the normal security check. And then it says check the person and check for cabin package. Then when it comes to FC, it comes here and says no check required. If it's going to be SP only, then there is a problem. Declare emergency in the airport. And it declares emergency in the airport and it stops the check-in process. That's the reason they have used break. When we want to stop a loop or break away from it, we can use break statement. If you look at this example, when SP comes, the remaining two things will not get executed. The loop terminates right here because we have used a break statement in the SP passenger category, suspicious passenger category. Let's execute this and see what happens. Right? Look at this. Proceed with the normal check because first value is A. Check the person, check for the cabin package. So it prints these two print statements. Then second also A. So it says proceeds with the normal security check. Check the person, check the cabin package. Third, flight captain. So no problem. So it says no security required. No security check required. It continue the loop. It does not come down. Check the person and check for cabin package is not applicable for flight captain and flight attendant in this example. Then the next one is the child passenger. So it says proceed with the normal security checks. Then it comes execute this. Check the person. Check for cabin package. You know what it says? And the next person is flight attendant. That is also no check-in required. Say look at this. Then SP, suspicious passenger. It comes down. It is SP. Declare emergency and break. The loop gets terminated right there. So when you want to skip the remaining portion of the loop statements and continue with the next iteration, we can use continue statement. For this example, so we say no check required. Then we do not we don't have to print these two print statements like check the person, check for cabin package. So that is the reason we will skip the rest of the thing and we will actually continue. So in that case we can use continuously. Look at this. So first time it says a adult passenger, third time it says FC. For 2 adult passengers it will print these two messages, but when it comes to flight captain and flight attendant, it does not print this. Why? Because the flow does not come down. Look at this, right? No security check required and it is not printing. But whenever there is a proceed with the normal security check, and it also prints check the person, check for cabin package. So this is what we have, the same program we have got it here. So it says the same output, but if you visualize this, you will see the difference. For the convenience, due to considering time, I'm going to remove this A. So first one is adult and second one is a flight captain, third one is a child, and fourth one is a flight attendant. We will work out up to this, right? And of course we can see a suspicious passenger also, so that we'll see how brake works and continue works. Let's visualize this. So now passenger type is A. It checks, is it flight captain or flight attendant, FC or FA? No. Then it comes to this. It comes in here and checks, is it SP, suspicious passenger? No. It comes down. Proceed with the normal check. That's the print message we'll have. So it says proceed with normal security check. The message printed. Then it continue the rest. It executes the remaining statement as well, right? Then the passenger category is FC. So it comes here. Okay, it prints no check required. Then we said continue. So it will skip the remaining section of the loop. It will go up again, right? Look at this. Then the next one is a child. Child will have, it is not SP, it comes here. Then it also prints, executes the remaining portion of the code. Proceed with the normal check-in, check the person, check for the cabin package. Then goes up. Now the category will be flight attendant, no check required, continue. Remaining part of the code will not be executed. Then an SP. SP, what happens? Comes down. If it is SP, declare emergency and brake. It does not. There is no point in proceeding, continuing a check-in again, because it's an emergency. So they declare an emergency and break the process. Break. Comes out of the loop. That's the end of it. Predict the output of the following code snippet. Number value is 28. Num variable starts from 25 up to 29. 30 is, we know that it's exclusive. 30 minus 1, 29. So actually by default, if you say print num, this program prints 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. But here we have condition. If number is greater than num, number is 25, num is 25. So number is 28, num value is 25. 28 greater than 25. Yes, true. Print 25. Goes up, the value becomes 2. By default, if you don't mention the step value, by default, it considers 1. So it becomes 26. 28 greater than 26. True. Prints the value. And goes up. 27. 28 greater than 27. True. Prints the value. Goes up. 28 greater than 28. False. Then it prints 28. Then break. So this is the right answer. Predict the output of the following code snippet. For num n 23, 20, 45, 50, 65, 76, 90. So they've got 3 ifs. Num modulus 5 not equal to 0. Num modulus 10 equal to 0. Num modulus 3 equal to 0. So in both the cases they have used continue. They have not used any break statement here. So when you use end equal to space, output will printed next word. Just leave a space and get printed. It does not go to the new line. So we'll take the first value 23. 23 modulus 5 not equal to 0. Yes, true. So you say continue. Continue means it does not come down. It will skip the remaining section. It will go up. Then 45. 45 modulus 5 equal to 0. So this condition fails, because they have given not equal to 0. 45 if you apply modulus, you get 0 remainder. And comes here modulus equal to 0. No, this is also not wrong. This is also not possible. If you perform modulus for 45, you get 5 as a remainder, but it should be 0. Only then this part executes. So it comes here 45 modulus 3 equal to 0. So 15 into 3, 45 we get 0, remainder is 0. So you print it, print 45, then end equal to empty space. Then goes up, then it takes 50. Modulus not equal to 0, no, modulus equal to 0, so it comes down. Modulus 10 equal to 0. 50, if we perform modulus 10, you get 0, then it prints the value and continue. So 45, 50, you leaves the space, it does not come down, so it goes up. Then 65 not equal to 0, no, fail. Modulus 10, it fails. Modulus 3, it fails. Goes up. 76, this fails. 76, actually this works, there is a not equal to 0, so it continues, right? It continues. Then it goes to 90. 90 when it comes to modulus not equal to 0, no, fail. It comes here, yes, it is true. It prints and continue. The series, number series ends here, so this should be the right answer. Explanation is given here. Predict the output of the following code snippet. For number in 10, 15. So we are going to take only two values, two series, so 10 and 15. For counter in range 1, 3. So we know 1 is inclusive, 3 is exclusive. 3 minus 1, 2. So it takes two values, 1, 2. Print number into counter. So number value is 10, counter value is 1. So 10 into 1, it becomes 10. So it prints 10. Let's assume the first value is 10. And the counter value increases. It is a inner for loop. So the value, this finishes first, then it goes up. Then it becomes 2. 2 into 10, 20. So we can surely say that the output will not be of these two, but it will be of any of these two. About first two. Then goes up. Then it takes a second value. So counter in range of 1, 3, we know for the first time counter value will be 1. So 1 into 15 will be 15. Okay, 15 is here. So we can simply decide that. So the next value is 15, but here it says 30. So this is wrong. So out of these two choices, and the first one should be the right. So second time it goes up, the value becomes 2. 2 into 15, 30. That's it. What should be the value of the variables num1 and num3 in the code below if the expected output is 4? Please try this on your own. I know that the result for this should be 16,60. So explanation is given below, but you apply value for say you try applying 12.5, then 8.2, 16.6, then 16.2. If you apply these values, you will understand. This helps you to really discover more about loops and break statements better. Please try on your own. Take num1, for example. Let me execute this only for one variable. Why it cannot be 12.5? Let's assume number 1 is equal to 12, number 2 is equal to 5. And you say that while number 1 greater than or equal to number 2, number 1 value of is 12 greater than or equal to 2. This is first iteration. Okay, 12 greater than or equal to 2. Yes, true. Then you check the condition inside which you check num1 greater than num2. 12 greater than 5. Yes, condition is true. Then what you do, num1 equal to num1 divided by, so num1 is equal to num1 divided by 2. 12 divided by 2, which lead to 6. So this is a first iteration. Then you come down, then the value again you check. Now the value of n1 is equal to 6. You check the condition while in the while loop, 6 greater than or equal to 2. Yes, this is a second iteration. 6 greater than or equal to 2. Yes, condition is true. Num1 greater than num2. The value of num2 that remains same. Num2, there is no change in the value. So 6 greater than 5. Yes, it is true. Then if it is so, 6 greater than 5 is true. Yes, it is so. Then what you do, n1 is equal to 6 by 2, which becomes 3. Goes up. Now third iteration, you check num1, value of num1 is 3. 3 greater than or equal to 2. 2, condition is true, then it comes to num1 greater than num2. Value of num1 is 3, but num2 is 5. So it's false. Then it comes to else part. So in the else part, it simply prints the value of n1 is 3. Output should be 3 and break the loop. So this should be the output. But what is required? Expected output expected is 4. So we should find the right value. Then if you apply 16,6 and follow the same process, you will get output as a 6. Please take a look at this. Predict the output of the following code snippet. Counter value 0, counter less than or equal to 9. So this will get executed, and counter plus 1. So this is a start value, and this is less than or equal to 9 is the end value. Counter plus 1 equal to 1 is the step value. Initialization, condition variable, increment or decrement. We will say it in other programming languages. So it comes down, the counter value is 0. 0 modulus 2 equal to 0. Yes, true. Then pass. So if pass is a statement which can be used to do nothing. On encountering pass, nothing will be executed and control will move to the next statement applicable. So pass does nothing. We are already in the if part. We cannot move to the else part. So what happens? The next line is 7th line. The value becomes 1. So once the value becomes 1, we can easily predict 1 modulus 2 equal to 0. No. Then it comes here. It prints value 1. Leave an empty space. Then goes up. 2 does nothing. Increments. It comes to this line. The value becomes 2. 2 nothing, does nothing. Right? Then 3. Yes, it gets printed. When it comes to 3, 3 modulus 2 equal to 0. No, condition fails. It comes to else part. Prints the value. So this should be the output. This will get executed till, because you have mentioned less than or equal to 9. Write a Python program to find the sum of digits of a given number. Example, sum of number 1 to 3 will be 6. Initialize the number with the various values and test the program. See, they have given a number 1 to 3 and it is an actual argument. This is passed from here and the 1 to 3 is passed to this value. So sum of digits, now it is 0. So we say while this becomes 0, I am going to take one by one. First I will take 3, then 2, then finally 1. So we will have to do the same step. If this is a simple 3-digit number, even we can do this, apply this logic even for a 10-digit number. So we will say while number not equal to 0 or greater than 0, right? So let's see how this works, right? So we say number, I say numbers are not equal to 0 or greater than 0, both are same. We can use the both condition, yes. So the value of n is 1, 2, 3. You know that the value of n is 1, 2, 3. So this is first iteration. Let's see first iteration. This is the first iteration. N not equal to 0. Yes, true. Comes down. Sum. You take sum. We already have taken. Let's assume we already have taken sum is equal to 0. Sum is equal to sum plus. I will have to take the last digit. So to take the last digit, I can apply 123 modulus 10. So I get 3 as the remainder. So we say n modulus 10. So for the first time, sum is equal to 0 plus. Sum is equal to 0 plus 123 modulus 10. We get remainder as a 3. Yes. And then what we do, we'll have to divide the number. So this is if you use double slash, then the Python, you get an integer output. So if you use single slash, you get in a decimal. So n is equal to n by 10, 123 by 10. So in this we get 12.3 if it is a single slash, but here if you do this, you will get 12. So value of n becomes 12. Then 12 not equal to 0. N not equal to 0. Yes, it is true. Condition is true. Then what is a sum is equal to, sum already has the value of 3. So 3 plus number modulus 10. So 12 modulus 10, we get 12, right? We get 2. So 3 plus 2 is the answer I get. Then what happens? The value of becomes n. 12 divide by 10, we get 1, right? Then you say 1 not equal to 0. Yes, it is true. This is second iteration. So there's a third iteration. So this control structure, what we talk about is iteration control structures. 1 not equal to 0, yes, it is true. Then you say sum is equal to, the sum already has 5. So 5 plus 1 modulus 10, we get 1. So which means 6, right? Then n is equal to n divided by 10, 1 divided by 10, we get 0.1. If it is floor division, if it is since we get an integer double slash, so we get 0. Then when it comes to fourth iteration, 0 not equal to 0, condition false. So when the condition fails, it returns the sum of digits, then it comes down here, it prints the value. So when you execute this, you will get all the test cases passed, then we can move on. Write a JavaScript program to find and display least common multiple of two whole numbers. Least common multiple of two numbers, say number 1 and number 2, is the smallest positive number that is divisible by both number 1 and number 2. Initialize the number with various values and test your program, right? So for example, number 1 is 5 and 2 is 10. The least common multiple is 10. So 10 will be divided by 5, that's a least common multiple. 10, this 10 will also be divided by 10. This could also divide 100, but you'll have to find the least common multiple. I would request you to refer, if you look at the JavaScript, using JavaScript least common multiples. So, it tells you beautifully, it explains you beautifully. Please take a look at all that and write code your own. For this exercise, I'm not going to write the code. Write code on your own, right? This tells about, explain about least common multiples, how it ends up, this 4 and 5 ends up with 20, right? It's a least common multiple they talk about. So, right, there's a common multiple. If you say 4 and 5 and 20 is the common multiple, they say, because 4 multiple of 4 becomes 8, 12, 16 and 20. When it comes to 5, 10, 15, 20, but 20 is the only number which could be divided by both variables, both values, numbers. So this example helps you better. They have used absolute value, ABS is absolute value. This is one simple example which use it in detail, and otherwise if you like to use a recursion function, you can follow this. Functions, if you are familiar with functions, you can also get to know what is a recursive function. Yeah, thank you.